All right, TIVlog number 4. I'm getting better at saying that.
Yeah.
TIVlog, it rolls off the tongue.
TIVlog, episode 1.
TIVlog.
Season 1, episode 4.
Season 1, episode 4. Why our positioning is crap. That's a hard thing for me to say because really positioning, that's my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Awkward.
It is crap. I do a lot of listening as we spoke about in number 3, assuming that we actually let number 3 get out there because I don't think it was our best.
That's all right.
That's right. Some people will listen to it or watch it and some won't. But we talked a bit about all the research I've had to do in order to move from freelance graphic designer to help and run an agency. And I have a couple of my favorite podcasts that I listen to. And they talk excessively about positioning. Probably not excessively. They probably speak appropriately about it. And it does feel excessive to me because every time they say it, it's kind of like
They're speaking directly to you.
Yeah, and they're like telling me I'm crap. So that's rough. But so here's what it comes down to. We went through the motions of trying to figure out what our exact positioning is. And positioning makes a lot of sense for a lot of businesses. If you can figure out the vertical you're working in, the horizontal, which would be the service, then really what you're doing is instead of fishing in the ocean, you're fishing in a much smaller pond. It's a much more effective way to market. You can focus on industry publications. You can speak directly to exactly what that industry wants to hear. But from our side, we've always spoken about how much we've learned from the individual industries that we work with. And so whenever we discussed, we do a lot of food work.
Yeah.
So we talked about just marketing to food and beverage. But part of why we're really effective with food and beverage is because we work in a lot of other industries, especially wine in particular gets really stuck in their same way of doing it with the case card and the necker and the shelf talker.
Everyone has a chateau now. It's no longer original.
Exactly. And so if we could bring in something that they're doing in, God only knows, in medical or any sort of industry and kind of shake it up, then we can actually help them a lot. So is it better for us to have really tight positioning? Yeah, absolutely. As a business, and we may get to the point where that kind of shows itself for us. But is it better for our clients? I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I don't know what you think about that.
If you're stuck in the same industry day after day as an agency, then you can start producing work more efficiently. Sure. From a dollars and cents, that makes a lot of sense. No pun intended. Just kidding. All puns are intended. But from a creative standpoint, are you really doing your client justice by creating the work that you created last week or last month or even 2 hours ago? If you don't have a fresh mindset and a fresh perspective from multiple industries, then how can you really look at every avenue there is? And you can't really check off all the boxes if you've checked off 15 of them before you ever got started.
Yeah, I agree. And the number of people that really have responded to this with us, it shows itself because when we talk to potential clients about doing work for them and they ask about the industry knowledge, half the time they're asking to see how much we know, and half of the time they're asking about whether we're just going to reuse the same tactics that we did for everybody else and we're not going to do anything. So they get it. They get it. The right clients get it.
Definitely. And something that we start off with almost every conversation is we will never know your business as well as you do. We'd be crazy to come into a room and tell you everything you need to know day one. This guy's been in business 20 years and so have you. So why would we come in and tell you how to run your business and tell you everything about your industry that you already know?
So I continue to listen to the blogs. They're fabulous. Two Bobs is the one I listen to the most. Amazing information. And maybe we'll get to the point where it makes sense for us to position ourselves a little more tightly, whether it be horizontally based on service or vertically based on industry, or even just in the area or something like that. But for now, we're kind of excited to work with lots of different people. it keeps our creativity going, keeps people inspired.
Definitely. It's a lot of fun.
You know, do your thumbs up thing, otherwise they won't know. There you go.
Well, actually, it was before